Have you ever felt so drained in an environment that when you come back home, you still feel that negativity? You still feel like you have that attitude that the people that you surrounded yourself had? Well, this had happened to me when I go to my family's house. Sometimes there's so much family dramas that I get involved into, and I always try to just like be more I always try to not involve myself so much into it, but it still affects me because it's my family and it's people that I love. And so I came back home, and being at home and doing some of the routines that I'm used to do remind me of how grounding is to just tell myself what I actually want. To go back to the old routines, to go back to what was working already. And so for me, I came back and now I have a cold. I'm really tired, and mostly all day I was feeling fatigued, and I was fighting with two identities. With the identity that I had when I was in my family's house, that was more of like a survival and very on edge and feeling anxious, to coming back and also feeling anxious because when I was here at home, I was having a routine. I was doing videos every day and doing a lot of things that were aligned with my goals, and I lost my momentum. That's the whole reason I make videos on momentum. And so today I decided to lay down and think. And of course, I talked to ChatGPT and I asked it for a few prompts and stuff that could tell me to help me because I was feeling really tired. I was starting to feel anxious. I was dealing with negative emotions. And whenever I deal with negative emotions, I don't escape from them. I actually feel them. And when I feel them, I acknowledge them and I analyze them. So I go to bed and I start writing. I use the right prompts, and the prompts are like, for example, God, what is my assignment today? I was paying attention to my negative emotions, and I asked ChatGPT, like, give me a list of all the emotions that human beings have. And human beings have eight core emotions. And in one of them, which is the fear emotion, anxiety came out of it. And so that's what I was dealing with. And I thought, I don't really want to deal with anxiety because it's a negative emotion that I don't want this to become something normal in my life, something that happens all the time and that I don't know how to handle it, or I just try to escape from it, or I don't acknowledge it. So I always acknowledge it. I'm like, okay, this is the way I'm feeling. What can I do to fix it? So I talked to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT came up with these amazing prompts that I'm going to tell you. Choose one thing that you want to do today based on these other prompts that I that I unfortunately that I unfortunately couldn't find them. But based on these other prompts was like, choose one thing that you want to do, not 50,000, because that's what I was saying. I was like, it's 4 p.m. and I want to make sure that I go to the gym, that I go to groceries, that I go to the sauna, that I go to swim. I wanted to do many things. And so that's why I was getting very anxious because I was overloading myself. Plus, I was coming from my family's house where my nervous system was like ex- exhausted. And because it was exhausted, I noticed your body is not your enemy. Your body is your ally. It will always be your ally. So if your body is tired, if you're feeling this fatigue, it's because your nervous system is exhausted, it's on edge, and you have to pay attention to it. So I went and lay down on bed because no matter what I did, I wasn't feeling good. And I had like a voice in my head that was telling me all the time, like, I don't feel good, I don't feel good. And so I decided to go to bed, lay down with my thoughts, with a notebook, with ChatGPT, and I talked. And I said, when ChatGPT asked me, what is the one thing that you're going to do today? Not three, not four, one. And the one thing that I chose was I'm going to rest without guilt. Because I prioritized that, when I decided to rest without guilt, I felt freedom to do that. I felt freedom. I wasn't thinking I have to record 10 videos so that I keep up with my momentum, so that I can do all the things that I'm doing and go back to my routines. I thought I'm going to rest without guilt. So what does that look like? I thought, first of all, was being in bed already with my thoughts was a big one. And then I decided to go swim. Thankfully, in the apartment that I am on the top floor, there's a pool. So I went and swim. And when I was swimming, I was able to do some floating and I felt so good. And when I came out, I was really cold. Thankfully, in the place that we're staying at, too, there's a sauna. And so I thought, perfect. I'm glad I'm feeling this coldness. Now I'm going to go to the sauna. From the sauna, take a shower or go to the steam room since I'm feeling congested. So I went to the sauna. I go to the sauna. I took my book and everything I needed to take. I was reading in the sauna, which was one of the things that I wanted to do. One of the main things I wanted to do today was reading, but I didn't prioritize it as much as making my body feel safe and more like it had more rest. So I read in the sauna. It felt so good. I was sweating and at the same time reading and feeling much more calm with myself. And then I took a shower and I was like, I feel so much better already that I let go of everything to prioritize my body and to prioritize how I'm feeling, that I feel good to record a video right now. That's how I felt. And I was like, I didn't tell myself, record a video, do it anyways. I was like, right now I'm going to prioritize my body and how I'm feeling because my body is the one taking me to accomplish all these things that I want to do. And right now I'm not feeling well. And so I did it anyways, and it feels so good whenever you're going through this. I recommend you 100% to journal, to find the right prompts, and to give yourself permission for what your body is asking you. If your body is asking you for rest, picture how rest looks so good for your body. And it was so good that in the time that I was there, I was like, wow, this is like the best decision I made. Not only when I came out of the sauna, I took a shower, but when I sit down on one of the chairs that we had, the chairs that are there in the place, the chairs were warm. And so I was able to lay down and dry my hair and keep reading a little bit longer. It was so worth it to give myself to rest my body and also rest my mind. Like a give my mind a break and being able to like listen to the right people, which is the authors that I usually read from the books that I'm reading. In this case, I'm reading The Slight Edge, and it's an amazing book. It's a must read more than twice. That's what I tell myself. It's a must read one all the time. But this is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you really liked this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.